Which dog? Remember the name? Pearl? Yeah? Was she being a little bit psycho like usual? Yes, very good. Alrighty, now welcome to our wool shed, boys and girls. My name is Jaden. Now, up here on the stage, we do lots and lots of shearing. We've been shearing for quite a while, so the floors are a bit slippery. So we need a few pieces of equipment to make sure that I'm safe, the sheep is safe, and all the wool getting off the sheep nice and easy. Now, the first piece of equipment that I need are on my feet. I did go backstage and change my shoes into these very stylish, very fancy, very expensive looking slippers. What do you guys reckon? Ooh, fabulous. Yes? No? Guys, I worked really hard on you. Now, boys and girls, these shoes here are the ugliest pair of shoes you're ever going to see in your life. They are called moccasins. Okay? Moccasins are a sheep shearing shoe which provide lots of grip up here on stage. Now, with these shoes, they are made out of 100% sheep's wool. So they will absorb not all, but majority of the oil that will be present up on stage. That oil has a name. It is called lanolin. Lanolin is on our sheep's body and on their wool. One, it makes the wool very slippery, but two, it is very good for our skin as well. We use it in a lot of hand creams and moisturizers you might get from the shops, all right? And that oil is also very, very good with stretch marks as well, which I also found out. Now, the next thing we need though is something to take the wool off. Now, before we get power and electricity, boys and girls, we have to do things a lot more manually. So we used to use one of these. Boys and girls, what do these look like to you? Scissors, that's right. These are a massive pair of scissors called blade shears. This is what the old school shearers used to use to shear our sheep. Now, not only were they using their core, legs and back to hold the sheep in place, they were using their entire forearm, bicep, tricep, shoulders to go around the sheep like this and cut the wool off the body. Alright. Now, with the blade shears here, it would take a professional shearer 10 to 15 minutes just to shear one sheep, and they would shear almost 100 sheep in about an 8 to 9 hour day. Alright. Now, with our shears here, the blade shears, this was a lot harder to use. Okay, we're getting fatigued a lot more regularly. Now, in the late 1800s, though, the first mechanical handpiece was invented. Now, boys and girls, it's gone through a few upgrades since then. All right, but this is what our handpiece looks like now. Does it look similar to the hair clips you might use at the hairdressers? Yeah, it does. However, we probably don't want to use this one on our own hair. It'll probably leave a terrible patch job. But if you give me a good pair of clippers, I can definitely give you guys a haircut. Who wants one? Few of you. Alrighty, beautiful. Teachers, can you get your parents on the phone so I've got their permission? Boys and girls, who wants to be gold today? Few of you. Fabulous. Teachers, are we right to make them gold for school photos? Yes? Yeah? Thumbs up for the team? Yeah? Yeah? Fabulous. Alright. You guys have been thrown under the bus by your teachers. Boys and girls, the only thing we're making bold today though is our sheep. Okay, so this with our mechanical handpiece here, in the front we've got our comb. This goes into the wool, picking it up off of the skin. Behind here we've got our 4 blades. These 4 blades move back and forward very quickly. They are very, very sharp. Once these are on, I've got to make sure my left hand stays well away from the top so I don't cut myself whilst shearing. Alright, now with the mechanical handpiece, it's double the amount of sheep we are able to give a haircut to, from just under 100 sheep with the blade shears, alright, all the way up to about 200 to 250 sheep a day. Alright, so the time between sheep dropped from 10 to 15 minutes all the way down to 2 to 2.5 minutes per sheep. Now, some shearers are extremely professional, extremely fast, very talented in what they do. They can shear sheep in almost under a minute. Alright? Now, boys and girls, the reason why I'm telling you this is because with shearing, you are not paid like a normal job. You are paid for every sheep you give a haircut to. So that means for the more sheep I can shear, the more money I'm going to make. Alright? Now, boys and girls, because this is electric though, we need power for it to run, so we connect it to this arm here. All the way to the top here, this big machine. When we're ready, we tug on the cord, and the blades will go. This is called our shearing plant. The shearing plant is a portable machine which we can take off the wall, take it with us to different job sites, okay, and set up at different farms and start shearing sheep at different places. Alright? Now, to make you understand a little bit better, boys and girls, what I mean by shearing is paid differently. Alright, who likes Macca's and KFC? Everyone. What about chocolate? Who likes chocolate? What about Ice cream, that's ice cream. What about Krispy Kreme donuts? What about Krispy Kreme donuts? Fabulous. What about a nice coffee ice cream, teachers? You got a little coffee ice cream, yes. Nice little tea as well with biscuits, yes, absolutely. Now, boys and girls, let's say for example, we go and get Krispy Kreme donuts. Okay? We go to the Krispy Kreme place, we are making our orders, we're talking to the people working there. Okay? For every hour that the people who are working at Krispy Kreme are taking the orders, making sure your donuts are nice and tasty, okay, make sure they're very warm for you to eat, right? For every hour that they're doing that, they will get paid a little bit of money, right? However, for shearing, for me, for every sheep I give a haircut to, only then will I get paid a little bit of money. So if I'm shearing, and I've got a friend shearing with me, let's say, for example, we are shearing for 5 hours, okay? In 5 hours, I shear 100 sheep. My friend, though, he shears 105 sheep. Who's getting paid more, me or my friend?
He's getting for 5 hours.
Who? Me or my friend? My friend, very good. That's because he sheared 5 more sheep than me. So he's going to get paid extra money for those 5 sheep. Right, that's how it works. So I can't complain, because I've only sheared 100 sheep. He's done the extra effort and sheared an extra 5. Okay? Now, boys and girls, last thing we need to know is this right here. Is this for me or for the sheep? Hands up for me. Who thinks it's for me? Hands up who thinks it's for the sheep. You sure? It is actually for me. Alright? It's not for our sheep. We don't put our sheep in here, give her a shave, and then we're done slingshot the backstage. Alright, we don't do that. This one is for me. It's called a shearing sling. So it sits nice and right up here on my chest, or if I need it, I can drop it down to my belly. Alright, but I like it up here on my chest. Now what this does, boys and girls, is as I bend over, like this to go down the bottom to shear my sheep on the floor, alright, this sling is going to pull me back up, protecting my back whilst I'm shearing. Okay? So the more springs you guys can see up here, alright, the more of these springs I have attached to this sling, the more relief I'm going to get off of my back. Alright? However, the less control I will have over my sheep. The less springs I have, the less relief, but the more control I will have over my sheep. Okay? So with shearing, you have to find a nice balance between comfort and control. So where you can shear more sheep, have an easier time shearing the sheep you're already doing, but also being able to actually shear the sheep comfortably. Alright? Now, boys and girls, there's one more thing missing on stage. What's missing? Are you sure? Yeah. Last chance for a haircut. Who wants a haircut today? A lot of you, alright. I'm being honest. I'll do it for free. Shear the kids, go, make them go bald. Go, teachers, you right with that? Yeah? Absolutely. Yes, yes. Yeah? Who wants to be bold? Alrighty, I'm going to grab our sheet and then we can get started. Hello to Barbara. Hello guys. Here we go. Now with Barbara here, do we reckon Barbara is happy to be up here? Absolutely. Yes, I know Barbara. Absolutely not. I just told you guys she's not happy to be up here. Now the reason why we do this, okay, is for the health and safety of our sheep. Alright? Now, I don't think anybody here would like to wear a thick woolen jacket during summer. Do you? I don't think so. Neither does Barbara. So, What we do is we make sure that when they are up like this, we can do a nice big health check, make sure we get the wool off, make sure there's nothing going on underneath the skin as well, making sure they're nice and healthy. Okay. Now, every part of the sheep does get used, nothing goes to waste on the sheep. So as you can see, we have cheated just a little bit here on her brisket, her belly, and her bottom areas here. This is what we call belly and crotchy. Alright? This is the dirtiest part of the sheep. This is the part of the sheep that takes the longest amount of time to shear. Alright, so sometimes if it's really bad, some shearers can spend up to 10 minutes just on this bottom section and only a minute or 2 minutes on the rest of the sheep. Alright, now these parts will get used for couch cushions, carpets, or doggy cat toy stuffings. Everything else on the back of the sheep will get used for our clothing, depending on the quality of the wool. Yes. Depending on the quality of the wool will determine what it gets turned into. So, if it is between the lowest of an F grade to a D grade, you're typically looking at your dollar store clothing or arts and crafts supplies. Anything that is between a C to an A, that is typically our everyday clothing, like our things that you can or Target. And then anything that is a double A or triple A, which is the absolute highest, you're typically looking at suits, dresses, undergarments, pajamas, underboots, hoodies, anything from Peter Alexander. Parents, teachers, do you like Peter Alexander? Yes, maybe sometimes, yes, absolutely. Now, if there's anything woolen or anything made from wool there, and it's a nice price tag of like $200 to $300, maybe a little bit more, automatically think double A and triple A wool. That's the highest quality you're going to get, and it's going to last you for a long time. Okay. Now, enough chit chat from me. I'm going to chuck Barbara to some positions. I'm going to chuck on some music so you don't hear me huffing and puffing the entire time. But, boys and girls, are we ready? Yeah. Alright. Barbara, are you ready? No, she's not. Alright. Alright. Sorry, Barbara. I'll take care of you. Nice. You did very, very well. Alright. Now, with the wool that I've just sheared, okay, the next person's job is called a rouseabout. They take the wool over to our table. They take our wool over to the table over here. Okay, it's called our skirting table. They go around the edges of the wool, picking off pieces that are a little bit gross, like this. Things like this that we won't use for our clothing. This will get washed and then resorted if it is savable. Okay. Now, I did mention that shearers are paid per sheep, not per hour. So, boys and girls, how much money do you reckon I would have made to She Barbara? 2 million. Absolutely. What do you reckon? $15? That's a good guess. $1 trillion, absolutely. Infinity. Alright, so teachers, you're no longer getting paid for your jobs. It doesn't take all your money. It's not getting paid for infinity dollars. Alright? Alright, that is way too much money. Right now, the closest so far was $15. It is less than $15. What do you reckon? What's less than 15? 8? Yes, very good. That's less. What's even less than $8? 7, good guess. What do you reckon? What's less than 7? 5. Very good. So it is $5 a sheep. Okay? So all that hard work, all the sweat, all the wrestling for our sheep, $5. Alright? Now, if you want to get that coveted extra dollar, so you get $6 a sheep, crazy amount of money. The sheep has to be over 100 kilos. It has to have either a tail, it either has to be a boy, which has his manhood, or he has horns as well. Alright? If it has any one of those 5 things I said, you get that extra dollar as well. Alright? If it is 1 kilo less at 99, still $5. It's a little bit annoying, but $5. Now, does $5 sound like a lot of money? Doesn't sound like a lot of money, but shearers are paid per sheep. Remember? So if you do $5 times by 200 sheep, that is $1,000 for the day. Alright? If you shear 5 days a week, that is $5,000 for the week. Alright? If you're working for cash, 0 tax. If you're working without cash, I can't help you with that. Alright? However, boys and girls, the only other cool thing with shearing is that if you are really, really, really good, okay, not only will you get paid a wage, so you get paid to shear sheep, the farmer who is paying you might even pay for a flight to go overseas. Thanks for you to sleep. They might even hire a chef that cooks you 6 meals a day whilst you're overseas. And if you can finish your job before you have to go back home, you get a few days holiday as well. Alright? How cool is that? I think it's pretty dope. I think it's pretty awesome. Now, boys and girls, well, 2 more things actually. Boys and girls, who wants to go to university when they get out of high school? After primary school, you go to high school, then you go to uni. Very good. Alright, who wants to be a teacher when they get older? Very good teachers, inspiring the younger generation. Fabulous job. Boys and girls, what about who wants to be a pilot for the Air Force? Oh, very cool. What about who wants to be a lawyer? Who wants to be a lawyer? Who wants to be a doctor for people? Who wants to be a vet, so a doctor for the animals? Oh, very good. What about the zookeeper? Who wants to be a zookeeper? Oh, very good. Now, boys and girls, who wants to